first off, thank you all for joining. Certainly being on time. We're excited. This is kind of one of the fun parts of our work, being able to showcase our fall investments. So excited to introduce to you 8 of our investments from the 2023 fund for the second half of last year. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Happy Friday. I've done this a few times with us. My name is Doug Edwards, CEO of Jumpstart Health Investors, the parent company of Jumpstart Foundry. So we are going to talk a little bit about the fund, what we invest in, obviously actively seeking funding. I want an opportunity to also introduce you just real briefly to the Jumpstart team, kind of all those behind the scenes that make this happen. So myself, most of us, with the exception of Courtney, reside in Nashville. Many of you probably know Kristen DeVita, our Director of Program Management. She's on screen with us as well. Jessica Goodwin, she is actually navigating the slides for us today. So she too is in Nashville, works on our Insight program. And Courtney Collins is our Senior Associate for JHI, who resides in Austin. Our humble team really kind of makes a lot of this magic happen around giving you a preview and an opportunity for our founders to showcase the innovations that they have in healthcare. And we're excited for this cohort. They've been extremely active, very engaged in the process, and they've actually put a lot of energy and time into preparing for their 3-minute window pitch today and opportunities to connect with a larger community with you all. So we're excited for that. Thank you for joining. We also have some other Jumpstarters on as well. Vic is always behind the scenes, kind of navigating and helping us in whatever he can do. So he is on with us as well as a few other folks on the team. So a couple of things, we are constantly always looking for and looking at great innovations in healthcare in the US. We feel like we are one of the best and preeminent funds that really target the earliest stage of investing in healthcare. And one of the things we're doing differently in 2024 is we're actually going to make investments faster than we historically have. So what we're seeing with the fall 2023 cohort is the second of 2 investments we made last year. This year, we're actually going to make 4 rounds of investments, 1 per quarter. So we always have that application window open. We've actually kind of went through our first quarter process and about to make our first round of investments for this year. But if you are a company that is looking for potential partnership, maybe your first kind of institutional fund type money, and somebody who has an ecosystem built for the earliest stage of healthcare in the US, we'd love to chat with you. You can go to our website, JSF.com, on the apply page. Same goes for those that may have an interest in jumping into potentially investing in a pre-seed fund. We always have an active fund available to invest in. Not only are we investing 4 rounds this year, we're going to host that through 2 unique different funds this year. So there's always an active fund within Jumpstart Foundry to allocate some investment into. Obviously, you get a ton of diversity. You're going to see firsthand 8 of what I would say are some of the most diverse, innovative, certainly gritty and savvy founders that we have in our portfolio of now north of 200 investments we've made over 10 funds. We've also kind of structured the fund in a way that makes it fairly easy in terms of low minimums. You get a lot of the upside of the angel investing without the rigor it takes to do that solo, with a bit of less risk. We also have now more than 170 Jumpstart Foundry portfolio companies that we get the opportunity to allocate some allocation around syndicating those deals. So you get first line of defense as an investor to look at some of those follow-on opportunities. You too can go to the website at Foundry and click on the investor page. We'd love to chat with you as well. Okay. Enough about me, enough about the fund. Before we begin, a couple of things I want to do. So certainly for our team and certainly all of our founders, I'd love for your videos to be on. I'd love to see as many of you as possible, but please do make sure your microphones are muted for me. We're going to allocate about 25 to 30 minutes for founders to talk and give you a preview, kind of firsthand view of their business, what they're solving for, their why. We're then going to pivot to, some of you have maybe done this with us before. At the end of that presentation session, we're going to actually offer you the opportunity to connect firsthand with these founders. So we'll do about 10 or 15 minutes of what we call our breakout rooms. opportunity to network, opportunity for you to bounce around from room to room, ask questions. Hopefully, as folks are describing their business, talking about what they do and why they do it, maybe it piques your interest and you want to get to learn a little bit more about who they are and what they do. So we will give you that opportunity at the back end of today, because we love that opportunity to help you and help them network. But we do ask that you reserve those questions for that breakout. We won't have kind of an open back and forth forum during the presentation section, but plenty of opportunity on the back end. We've also got a slide that gives you all access to their direct email if you want to do any follow-up. Okay, so now that we've level set on those expectations, we're going to jump right in to introduce our first. We're going to go in alphabetical order. Our first investment in the fall 2023 cohort, American Medical Wallet, and I believe Neil Shambin is going to present for him. So Neil, floor is yours for 3 minutes, brother.
Thanks. Good afternoon. We're American Medical Wallet, and what we do is empower providers to manage medical credentials simply and in one place. I'm Neil Shambin, founder of the company with my partner, Luis Lopez. Next. So management of documents for healthcare credentialing is ineffective. Doctors have to be credentialed to work, and to do that, you have to transfer lots of documents from the provider to the healthcare facility, including license, CME credits, lots of certificates, about 50 per doctor per state, and it can grow from there. As a physician, I can tell you that it's a nightmare, and I've lost days and time from work doing this. I was also the owner of one of the largest physician staffing companies in the country, and we lost equal amounts of revenue trying to do this across a multitude of physicians in many states. Next slide. The industry agrees with us. A HealthStream survey from 2023 shows that the vast majority of medical service providers find that there's need for process improvement as well as standardization. Next. We answer what the industry requires by producing a provider-facing mobile app that simplifies everything. It eliminates the obstacles to credentialing. Next. What we do is our app provides a single point of access where you can feed your documents into our AI tool, which will read, identify, and sort the documents. And then you can visualize them in the app in an organized manner that's always available with images, document summaries, ready for export and sharing, and provides proactive notifications about documents that are going to expire. Next. As an example, CME, or continuing medical education, are credits that every provider has to get in order to maintain licensure in the United States. And you can feed these documents into our AI tool, which will sort them, filter them, and identify them, and then allow you to visualize them with annual totals, summarized documents, and it'll notify you proactively if there's any state requirements that you need in order to maintain your licensure. Next. The market is very large. There's 1.6 million healthcare providers with an estimated market size of over $3 billion. It'll double over the next 10 years. And AMW is uniquely positioned because we have access to provider networks. We're first to market. There's no provider-facing solutions found on iOS or Android, and we're about 10 times less expensive than any other solution out there. Next. The competition is institutional facing. It requires a lot of skilled labor, and it comes at a high cost. We are the only provider facing application, and we're the only one found on iOS or Android, and we do this at a lower cost. We provide access to providers, first to market, and we are disruptive. Next. Our revenue model is a tiered subscription model with a pay per doc for AI usage. Next. And our ask is $700,000. We believe we'll be cash positive by the end of Q4 2024 and break even with 2,000 users Q3, Q4 2025. Thank you.
We don't need that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Neil, great job. 3 minutes goes fast.
Yeah,
you did a nice job of packing a lot of insightful stuff in there. Hopefully, it cues a few folks to want to learn a little bit more about American Medical Wallet, and hopefully be as excited as we were in making an investment in you all. So congrats on that. Thank you for running through that in that 3-minute window. All right, next up, Computing Reapplied, co-founder, founder Saurabh Sira. Saurabh, the floor is yours. You got 3 minutes.
Perfect. Thank you, Doug. My name is Saurabh Sira. We're Computing Reapplied, and we're improving research data collection accuracy while saving time and money. This idea came to me while I was interning at Seattle Children's Hospital. So What are we? We are a no-code HIPAA-compliant app building service. That means medical professionals can tailor the UI UX of mobile apps with ease for diverse studies and different clinical applications. And to prove our MVP, we're addressing the dietary data capture challenge in medical research. So what does this challenge entail? Well, right now, the industry standard for detailed dietary capture takes 100 hours for 25 patients and costs $12,000 and only gets 4 days of data. Our solution, My Med Diary, solves this 100-hour problem in 1 second while saving $7,200 and capturing 30 days of data. So My Med Diary reduces costs by 60% for research institutions, and the data that's being collected can be used for internal quality improvements, thereby potentially increasing revenue for these same institutions. And the high quality data that's being captured can be used to train any third-party AI system. What does our solution look like? Well, we have 3 tiers to it. There's the first professional dashboard where the medical professional can customize the app as they need to and integrate it with their EHR system. Then when it's deployed, the patient can log and track all their activity onto this app. And our front end's really clean and nice UI, but our back end's a behemoth of a system that allows for data analysis that can be shared globally for quality improvements or for clean AI usage. What does our system look like visually? Well, on the left side here, you can see what the customizable mobile interface is like, where they drag and click for what they need for the app. The center, we have the portal where they can analyze the data, and the right are examples of the app. Next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. So we're combining, what's the value of this data? Well, we're combining HIPAA and unprotected lifestyle data from childhood to adulthood, and this will bring in incredibly unique insights that have never been captured before. Next slide, please. What is our traction so far? Well, we've accepted a contract for a pilot study at Seattle Children's Hospital, where we showed, compared to the industry standard, a 48.5% increase in brand name capture and a 30 times increase in custom home recipe data accuracy. We've also partnered with CUNY School of Public Health and Public Policy, and we utilize the sales channels of Microsoft through a partnership for their Microsoft for Startups program. We're looking to raise $1 million using a potential SAFE. As you can see here, we have Dr. Dale Lee. He was the lead PI of our study at Seattle Children's, and he's currently the Associate Division Chief of GI and Hepatology there. If you'd like to contact us, there's our information on the left side. Really thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right. So Rob, great job. I know that's a lot to pack in. Hopefully others' heads aren't spinning too badly, but great job packing that in 2 hours and 50 seconds. Very well done. Okay, next up, we've got Home Health Pros, Stephen Levi Carter, one of the co-founders. Stephen, the floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you so much. I'm Stephen Carter again, I'm founder of Home Health Pro. Excited to be here. Next, please. So our app is solving a huge issue for us in healthcare. Healthcare staffing shortages is a $1 billion annual problem. And it's been exacerbated since COVID, and we're continuing to have issues with being able to find staff, quality staff, to take care of all of our aging population. The fact that our population is aging is a great thing, but we just don't have enough healthcare workers to take care of them. So Home Health Pro mitigates the issues of staffing shortage and aids in reducing labor costs. The U.S. has the highest cost of healthcare compared to other nations. We do a really good job of it, but we do it at a very high cost. So we're trying to solve for the staffing issue as well as solve for the cost issue by combining technology and decreasing the amount of manual labor that goes into staffing. Next, please. Our revenue model is transactional. And so we look at it, we have a traditional staffing agency model where you have a markup based upon finding an employee for a company. In this case, we're focused on home health and our niches, home health agencies and hospice agencies. And our revenue model is based on a per visit model. So we do a 30% markup on every visit that goes through our app. And compared to about a 60 to 80% markup in traditional brick and mortar staffing agencies. We also have a small markup fee that we charge our clinicians for having access to all of the available job opportunities in our app. And then all of our clinicians have to have continuing education credits on an annual basis to stay up to date with their board. We offer those in the app as well. Next, please. In terms of the marketplace, we're starting at this time in the state of Texas, which is about a $518 million market. With the raise that we're working on right now, we'll implement a 5-stage strategy that will increase that of EAM to 2.1 billion. But once we reach the point where we're across the entire United States, that's a $71 billion marketplace. So our goal is to get to 20 cities over those five states. Once we get to that, our monthly revenue, which should be around 4.2 million. Next, please. In terms of traction, we are post-revenue, excited to say we have about $8,600 that we raised so far, that we generated so far with the app. 754 clinicians have signed up, which is exciting. They find the value in our app and finding employment opportunities. We have 82 home health agency clients that have signed up so far, and we've conducted about 1,259 patient visits. Next, please. So our ask right now is for $350,000. The two big components of what that funding will go to is to cover the 5-stage strategy that I just mentioned, as well as to complete 100K in visits. We're going to add on a fractional CIO, some other things to kind of shore up what we're doing from a technology standpoint. Next, please. So again, Home Health Pro is a wise investment for you guys because of the exponential growth in the home health industry. We have a proven business model because we've been doing staffing for a long time, and this is just another angle to what we do. Unique competitive advantages, solid IT team, and a successful management team.
All right, Stephen, I got to cut you, man. Great job. And we too think it's a wise investment. So love having you guys in the portfolio. Great job. I know, again, introducing a staffing concept and a bit of a unique and different approach to it is hard to do in 3 minutes. So great job. Great job capturing that. We're excited about you guys. Okay, we're going to change. We're going to talk about vision for the next 3 minutes. Lucira Vision, founder Rick Shorten. Rick is going to take the helm. Rick, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Doug. As Doug said, I'm Rick Shorten. I'm one of the co-founders here at Lucira Vision. And since 2017, we've been working to revolutionize vision therapy for kids and young adults. So if you can imagine a child growing up with vision deficiencies, you have to imagine how severely it can limit their potential. And so that's a reality for 5% of all kids and teens that are born with either amblyopia or strabismus. And these conditions are probably known as lazy eye. So there's traditional therapies, patching and atropine drops, and they do a good job of improving the weak eye strength and restoring alignment, but they fail to successfully cure depth perception. So for all of these kids, their ongoing challenges include difficulties learning at school, participation in sports, and lifelong exclusion from professional career options. So currently in the States, there is more than 5 million kids with persistent depth perception deficiencies, and there's more than 200,000 new cases every single year that CN3D can help. So recognizing this gap in vision care, we created our CN3D program. It's a patented digital therapy solution. It was developed with Tufts University and Children's Hospital in Boston. And the program's proven not just to be effective, but it's been transformative. So the kids and teens who went through our original clinical trial, they saw as much as a 2 log arc improvement in depth perception and visual acuity. And so to understand that metric, a 1 log arc improvement would effectively double your stereo acuity. So a 2 log arc would be a 4x improvement for our patients. So our solution is simple yet powerful. Kids just have to do what they already love to do, which is watch cartoons. So just 1 hour of our specialized content daily for 30 days is the complete program. And through the development of our platform, we're eliminating barriers to access. And so we're going to make it possible for every child to improve their vision, regardless of their geographic location. And taking a quick look at some competitors in the space, they're all focused on replacing those traditional therapies for amblyopia and strabismus. And there's been no research or supporting studies that demonstrate that their solutions are effective for treatments of depth perception at all. Additionally, their solutions either require expensive dedicated hardware or they use VR technologies, which aren't recommended for children under 13. So this provides our CN3D program some unique market advantages in program delivery, unit economics, and product scalability that others in the marketplace just can't match. So if you look at our go-to-market, our approach is going to be twofold. We have a direct-to-consumer program and a provider prescribed channel. So our customized glasses are bundled with our program, and they're easily available either online or through our network of providers. And so we ensure engagement and progress through our user-friendly app, complete with program tracking, in-app testing, and motivational tools to help the kids stay on track. Plus, with the new CPT codes that Medicare just released in 2023, our program can now be provided to families at low or no cost. So just looking forward, in the next 12 months, we're launching an MVP for the web-based program in June. We're targeting 25 new provider partners and more than 2,000 patients in the next year. So to achieve these milestones, we're seeking $350,000 to close out this pre-seed round, and that'll set the stage for a full seed round starting in Q2 of 2025, and that'll be based on our anticipated company growth and our patient metrics. So in conclusion,
great job, Rick. I got to
Thank you.
cut you off, brother. Yep. Well done, man. Again, I know it's a lot of stuff in a short period of time, but I think one, love the mission of the business. Obviously, we've got some experience in this space as well, but love what y'all are building. Love that it's accessible very, very broadly and at a lower cost. So keep churning. Hopefully, you'll get some questions towards the end in the breakout rooms. All right. Next up, Paradigm Health. Courtney Carlson's with us, one of the co-founders. So Courtney, Paradigm Health is on.
Thank you so much, Doug. Hi, I'm Courtney, founder of Paradigm Health. My journey began from personal struggle after it took me 20 years to find the right therapist. So I understand firsthand the huge gaps in our mental health system. Inspired by my own experience, I created Paradigm Health to transform mental health care, making it accessible and effective for everyone. Next. We're facing a critical therapist shortage of 60% in the US alone. The key problem remains unaddressed: how to effectively scale quality human care. The market is growing at 8.5% CAGR, expected to reach $295 billion by 2030. Next. The research is clear that the most potent ingredient to outcome of care is the relationship between therapist and client. So we're building something to bridge this gap for both the client and clinician, providing scalable, effective care. Our platform is very different from all of our competitors because it prioritizes the client experience, ensuring better engagement and retention rates for therapists. By matching therapists with clients who are genuinely ready for treatment, Paradigm not only increases the therapist-client lifetime value, but also streamlines the process of finding the right clients at the right time. And this addresses the top business need cited by clinic owners, attracting and retaining clients. Next. Our global team, with backgrounds in healthcare, technology, insurance, and research, from Harvard Medical School, United Healthcare, and Able2, drives our mission forward, aiming to reshape mental health care. Next. Next again. Our platform has shown remarkable results to date. The engagement tool has achieved scientific validation with outcomes in well-being and depression. We have published peer-reviewed studies in JMIR. Our active patient subscribers grew by 73% last quarter, and we have 2 behavioral health organizations that we're piloting with another 1,008 in the pipeline. Next. Our revenue model is currently subscription-based for out-of-network providers, and we have a reimbursement model for Medicare providers aimed at creating sustainable, impactful growth. Next. Over the short term, we're finishing up the alpha build of the clinician platform and piloting with our 2 partners. We plan to onboard 40 group practices by Q1 2025, with 1.2K subscribers equating to $770K in revenue. Year 2 will focus on larger partnerships to drive a high volume of therapist subscriptions, growing to 7,000 subscribers by Q4 2025, or $9.75 million in revenue. And then I wanted to share a testimonial from one of our existing partners. Dr. Fred Cass is currently the co-founder and chief medical officer at Rapport, and was previously the clinical vice chair and interim chair of Columbia University's Department of Psychiatry. Paradigm is an innovator in emotional well-being interventions. Our shared commitment to quality is unmatched, and we're excited to launch collaboration that will significantly enhance our clients' resilience and fulfillment. Next. We're raising a small safe of $250K to scale existing infrastructure in product marketing and sales. And if you'd like to learn more, please join me in breakout room number 5, or feel free to contact me via email or phone. Thank you.
All right, fantastic job, Courtney. And thank you for the work you're doing as well. Certainly a personal passion space of mine too. So love what you're doing with Paradigm. Okay, only 3 more to go. Hopefully everybody's hanging in there. Next up is going to be Theramotive, Dr. Lola Amashore. Lola, the floor is yours.
Hello, I'm Dr. Lola Amashore, founder of Theramotive, and I'm excited to show you the future of physical therapy. We live in a country where your zip code dictates how long you're going to live. If you happen to live in a high-income area, congratulations. You're going to live on average 14 years longer than those in low-income areas. Why is it so hard to access quality care in America? Well, I happen to be a clinician, so I'm going to let you in on a secret. Hospitals and clinics force providers to choose who we serve. Is it people who need us or is it people who can afford us? And those two things do not often intersect. Brick and mortar settings act sometimes more like a prison, keeping clinicians in and keeping patients out. And it's costing us all $4 trillion each year. Next slide. Physical therapy is proven to reduce musculoskeletal related surgeries, as well as reducing depression, anxiety, hypertension, and diabetes. But millions can't access it to reap the benefits. The PT market is currently worth $50 billion, and that number is going to explode to $92 billion due to 74 million rapidly aging seniors. It's time to transform physical therapy's role in healthcare. Once upon a time, I traveled the country providing elite athletes healthcare on demand. And now I'm using my experience as a doctor of physical therapy, a published research author, and a private practice owner to create a healthcare on-demand model for everyone. Next slide. Meet their motive. We build smart, on-demand clinics, fully equipped with AI, virtual reality, and wearable health technology delivered directly to communities. All the benefits of a traditional clinic without the limitations. And we're covered by insurance, so everyone gets access to the future of physical therapy. Next slide. Our business model is built on high scalability with low overhead. In 10 years, we use a licensing model to build 500 clinics for 500 therapists to ultimately become a billion-dollar enterprise. And we rapidly scale production of our clinics, which each generate $1.5 million in revenue, with $300,000 in projected expenses. 10 clinics will generate 15 million, while 20 clinics will generate 30 million. Next slide. We partner with organizations to help generate high impact at low cost. 65% of our revenue is generated through health insurance reimbursement based on Medicare's current fee schedule. Next slide. We have been busy. In the last year, we built our mobile clinic prototype, secured two digital health partnerships, as well as $175,000 in grants and equity funding, while credentialing with major health insurers and securing a pilot with a major New York City hospital. Next slide. And now we need your help to secure more partnerships so we can continue combining profit with purpose. Thank you.
Lola, fantastic job. Thank you so much. Love what you all are building. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, 2 to go. Next up is Umore, Alejandro Saunders. So Alejandro, the floor is yours.
Hi, and welcome to Umore, Remote Mental Health Treatment Monitoring. Remote monitoring extends care from the practices of psychotherapists to the homes of patients. And this anyone with a smartphone can receive not only ongoing quality care, but can have that care monitored by their psychotherapist. In 2022, however, there was no reimbursable element to remote monitoring, but thankfully legislation changed in 2023, and now there is a financial incentive for psychotherapists to provide this care. However, many don't have the adequate tools to be able to do what they need. And this is why we built Umore. Next slide, please. Umore is a reimbursable app which is tried and tested. It's evidence-based and it measures and monitors the mental health of patients. And all of this data, importantly, is then shared to the clinicians, not only showing them the progress of their patients, but also how to reimburse for using the app. Next slide, please. The unit economics are pretty great. With the average caseload of a month for each psychotherapist, and the amount that they can generate per patient per month with remote therapeutic monitoring for mental health, we can help clinicians generate an additional $4,500 per month. And this is on top of what they're already earning. And it's all organized through Umore. We have had a positive go-to-market since our early launch at the end of 2023, and we now have 12 clinicians who are on the platform and we're in conversations with 3 health groups. But we've also tested this on 30,000 users who have downloaded the app, and we've seen a 58% retention rate at 30 days, which is 9 times higher than the industry median. Now, based on these early indications of PMF, we're projected to grow to a 100 million GTV business by 2027. And in order to get there, we're raising a seed round now to scale up our sales processes and help us reach those revenue targets. But why us? Our team combines medical ability, technical expertise, and previous startup success to come together to build quality tools for clinicians. But why now? The industry is infancy, and there are a few movers who are scrambling to try and solve this problem based on the changes to legislation. We've seen that in 2024, CMS added 2 new classes of clinicians who can now qualify for reimbursement of remote therapeutic monitoring as well. And we had a really good omen in the 2010s with diabetes, which revolutionized the way that diabetes care is now given, with a heavy emphasis on remote monitoring. And we believe that the CMS is equally bullish for this, and we are too. And if you are, we would also like to talk to you. We're going to be in breakout room number 7. You also have my email and also our website on screen at the moment. So join us in groups in breakout room 7 if you'd like to chat. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Alejandro. Great job. Okay. Finishing us up is going to be UpTrials. Renuka?
Yes.
3 minutes. The floor is yours.
Okay. Great. Hi, everyone. My name is Renuka Agarwal, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of UpTrials, the first online hiring marketplace for clinical research to address trial understaffing. Next. Clinical trials are a $1 trillion global industry. The way that trials work is a pharmaceutical and medical device company known as a sponsor will lead the trial. They'll hire contract research organizations or CROs to project manage the trial, and will enlist hospitals and clinics known as sites to execute the trial. Unfortunately, over 80% of clinical trials start late, take longer, or terminate due to understaffing. Current hiring processes are manual, costly, and inefficient, causing backfill rates of over 5 months. You should care about clinical trials because almost all of the daily products you use require clinical testing. If fewer clinical trials are run, fewer products reach market, including life-saving new therapies for patients. Next. You can think about UpTrials as a LinkedIn or Indeed specific to clinical research. Our platform algorithmically matches clinical trial employers with our pre-screened database of over 1,000 clinical research professionals who all have prior clinical research experience and/or training. Our solution is needed in this space for a few reasons. First of all, clinical research is a nuanced field, and it's not easy to search for these individuals with existing platforms. Furthermore, because clinical research does not have a clear pathway to entry the way that nursing or medicine does, the market is highly fragmented. We're in the process of developing learning and development to upskill the workforce and believe that longer term, we can be the one-stop shop for clinical trial resourcing. Next. We see a $5 billion total available market. Our customers really care about this problem since each day a trial is delayed, sites can lose over $2,000 in daily revenue and sponsors can lose over $600,000. We are generating revenue from 4 customers and have a $4 million pipeline that includes some of the largest players in the industry, including Genentech and Northwestern, one of the largest private hospitals in New York that runs 1,000 clinical trials across 18 service lines. We're very proud that we've been able to achieve this progress with only 7 months of full-time work and are excited about where we're headed next. I founded UpTrials because I dealt with this problem personally as a senior director in business development for clinical trials at Tempus, a diagnostics company. I also used to work at LinkedIn with their recruiter platform, so UpTrials uniquely combines my prior experiences. Our co-founder and my CTO, Eugene, was formerly the CTO of Explorer Surgical, a surgical software company that exited a global healthcare exchange in 2021. So he has extensive experience building healthcare software. Our advisors include Craig Lipsett, the former head of clinical innovation at Pfizer, and Tyler Payne, who was leading up CVS's clinical trials team. We have a strong team of contractors as well. Next. We're really excited about our journey and hope that you can join us. We're mainly looking for investors to our $750K to $1 million raise, which will fund product as well as team members and potential customers. Thank you so much.
Okay, great job, Renuka. Thank you so much for getting us through that, and we're excited too about what you're building in the space and pairing your background to help us do that. So great job.